Hi, welcome to Mobile Congress 2017. I'm Mike Roebuck, editor with Light Reading. Today I'm sitting here with Mohamed Shalaby, Director of Access Planning and Optimization for Etisalat. Can you talk to us, the first digital revolution with smartphones and internet access has already came and went. What about IT information plans now, and how MBB2020 and MBB are affecting operators' plans?
First, thank you for having me. Research showed that by 2020, connections between the 7 billion people living on Earth will only represent 30% of the total connections. The remaining 70% will be communication or connections between people, things, which we call it Internet of Things, like smart homes, smart cities, smart manufacturing, autonomous cars. Moreover, today only 90%, the entire 90% of the devices or equipment are not connected to the internet. So this will drive massive demand for greater connectivity. That's why 4.5G will play a crucial role in supporting such massive demand for connectivity, because it will provide capabilities for the Internet of Things, especially narrowband Internet of Things. This is in addition to improved throughput that 4.5G will be supporting to exceed the data throughput beyond 1 gigabit per second.
So the implementation of MBB 2020 has closed the digital divide, improved education and economic levels in some areas. What do carriers have to do to implement their MBB 2020 strategy, and what is your company in particular doing in this area?
I'll start first with a brief on MBB in Egypt. MBB penetration has reached almost 35% in Egypt. We have witnessed tremendous and phenomenal traffic growth in data traffic over the last 6 years. Literally, we have seen the traffic doubling every year from 2011 to 2014. It started to slow down a little bit in the last 2 years. However, it remains to be the main revenue driving stream for mobile operators, especially when it comes to voice revenue, steadily been declining due to increased penetration. That's why it's crucial to capture all the opportunities, all such massive growth of MBB by providing excellent and superb customer experience and reducing the mobile penetration barrier by availing affordable handsets and making value proposition for the customers. We in Etisalat Egypt, Etisalat Egypt prides itself of being the first mobile operator in Egypt that has launched 3.5G and 3.75G back in 2007. And that's why we are working on our MBB 2020 strategy to maintain or to bring the best MBB network in Egypt and capitalize on such growth opportunities. We have also recently obtained our 4G license in Q4 2016, and we are currently in the process of launching our 4G, which will enable us to fulfill our MBB 2020 vision and strategy.
So as we know, in Egypt, spectrum is very expensive, it's limited, and your company was kind of a late arriver there, but still you've managed to become a market leader in MBB. How do you plan to optimize the spectrum and services that you have to grow your services and provide a better customer experience?
Spectrum limitation is one of the greatest challenges that we have been facing in Egypt, especially when it comes to supporting the phenomenal growth in data traffic. That's why, in addition to expanding the network through the traditional ways of massive expansions, we have implemented many capacity boosting features and software solutions to boost the data capacity, such as split sector, small cells, implementation of UMTS 900. Recently, with the support of our trusted partner Huawei, we have also successfully implemented the first GU at 5 megahertz trial, being the first in North Africa to do this. And we have seen very promising results when it comes to utilizing efficiently the spectrum, because the feature allows for the coexistence of both GSM and UMTS 900 on the same 5 megahertz. This is one thing. The second thing that, as I mentioned earlier, we have got our 4G license, we believe that we have a great opportunity to update our MBB2020 capitalizing on the 4G license. We have also finalized our roadmap for spectrum evolution, and we assess different options of spectrum refarming to migrate the traffic from 2G to 3G and from 3G to 4G. And all of these will enable us to overcome, to a great extent, the spectrum limitation we have been facing in Egypt.
So you just mentioned the spectrum efficiency improvement. So congratulations on that. Can you also talk about the 1GU 5 megahertz solution, how that has improved things for you and what your plans are going forward with that?
900 is a very scarce and expensive frequency range. And in order to provide the GSM services in this range, it will limit greatly the spectrum allocation for UMTS. In Egypt as well, or especially in Etisalat, Egypt, we have even a tougher situation because we have only got 5 megahertz in the 900 band, which makes the implementation of UMTS 900 a very challenging task. That's why we were very much interested to test this newly introduced feature from Huawei, because it enables the coexistence of GSM and UMTS on the same band of 5 megahertz. The feature simply enables us to allocate 2.6 megahertz for UMTS 900 and 2.2 for GSM, enabling us to maintain the GSM coverage with configuration of 1+1+2 even for GSM sites. Because we have only allocated 2.6 megahertz for UMTS 900, the trial has showed that we can reach from 45 to 50% capacity gain and throughput improvement compared to 5 megahertz. We believe this is an acceptable ratio so far. We're still working with Huawei to optimize the performance of the feature. Moreover, we have seen around 7% increase in the voice traffic and 16% increase in data traffic as a result of introducing a new coverage layer for UMTS 900 with its improved indoor penetration. This is one of the things that we are still working with Huawei on as well, as I told you, for optimizing the feature, as well as for the R&D in order to avail the implementation of the feature for different types of baseband board to make the implementation of the feature economically viable option.
Well, great, Mohamed. Thanks. It sounds like we're probably going to have to get an update from you down the road.
Okay, thank you. Thank you for having me.